My name is Tate Stevens and I'm the student pastor here at Life Church. I grew up in Aberdeen, South Dakota, in a place where I played sports, I got into partying, and I got into a lot of things that I never should have gotten into. And as my years went on, I realized there was something far greater out there for me. And I ended up stopping everything I was doing. I dropped all the friends that I had, and I really just started seeking after something. And I ended up meeting my wife, Kristen. And when I met Kristen, we still were not living for the Lord, but we moved up to Fargo, North Dakota. And when we moved up to Fargo, North Dakota, I was constantly getting invited to the church. But I still had like this loneliness in my heart, like this emptiness, and I couldn't figure out what it was. It wasn't until I went to church and started picking up my Bible that I realized Jesus was the answer to what was missing in my heart. My wife and I, we went to a play called Heaven's Gates, Hell's Flames, and there was a moment, a scene there where this girl died in a car accident. And honestly, we just realized that that could have happened to us just even leaving the church or any moment in our life, and where would we be after that? It was then that we dedicated our life to the Lord, and then God said, man, I'm calling you into ministry. And I was like, how can you use me in the ministry? So I ended up actually not listening to the word of God in that moment in my life. And it wasn't until about 7 years later that I stepped into what God was calling us. And God honestly just gave me such a passion after the youth. We feel like the youth is so important to this world today. They're the next generation. And it's important to have that foundation for them to know the gospel, for them to know Jesus, because there is so many lies in this world today. There's so many temptations that this world presses onto our nation and onto youth. And if we can just really help that youth out, help them understand that Jesus is far greater than the issues that we are going through in our life, that Jesus is the answer to what we need to be that. We need to be present for the youth ministry. So that is why I have such a heart, and we felt called to come here to Utah, is we really just want to help build that foundation for our youth and for them to know Jesus.